Hey guys, my name is Atempa, and today I will be talking to you guys about my construction management 7S class where I had to do 20 hours of service learning with two other people named Charlie and Saeed. And we decided to volunteer at a place called the Discovery Center where it was ran by Dom Ortiz, who's the guy in charge of it. And during those 20 hours, we learned a lot of new things about each other and also about Dom. We went 5 times for 4 hours each to get the 20 hours, and we went mostly on Sundays because that's the time where all of us were free to go. On our first day, he just showed us around the Discovery Center for like half the time that we were there, and the other half, he made us visit a tortoise that he had in the Discovery Center, and we were going to make the house that he lived in bigger because he was getting bigger at the time. And so for that, we just cut up the house that he was in and took off the front part with the sawzall. For the second day that we went, we stopped working on the tortoise house because he had other projects that we were going to work on. And one of those was to fix the sign on the men's restroom because it had fallen off. And so we did that. We each took a turn pre-drilling a hole onto the sign so it could go in easily into the door. And we also did painting that day where we had to paint a little stand like for ice cream. And one of the last things that we did on that day was fix a steering wheel that one of the kids had like loosened up in the little firefighter like station where they play. And so we had to take the wheel off and then put new screws and everything so the wheel could spin more easily. And so for the third day that we went, Dom told us that he wanted to work with concrete and he wanted to make a cement block in order to hold a metal pole that he wanted to put so that he could put the nets in the poles in order to have like a little shade for the little kids where they go and dig up the bones of a dinosaur. And so he taught us how to pick out the right cement for the right job and taught us how to mix it and how to make it smooth and even it out when we put it into the hole. And we basically each took a turn mixing the cement, pouring water in it, and later putting it into the sauna tube where the cement was going to be formed. For the fourth day, he wanted to start working on a fence where it would separate like the public from an area where people have parties. And so he wanted to make that like a division between both of them. And so he wanted to take, there was already a fence on one side that he didn't want there. So he wanted to take that fence and move it to the other side. And so we started to make measurements on the side where he wanted to build a wall or the fence. And we started putting up the post, but we used the post hole digger that he taught us how to use. And we just made them like the same measurement so that it could be equal. And we put the posts after, and on one of them we put cement so that the fence door would open. That would be like the strongest part of the whole fence. And then for the last day that we went, we worked on the fence, and we basically took apart the fence that he didn't like, and by using a drill and just unscrewing everything, and then using the boards that were part of that fence, and we moved it to the other part of the fence. So overall, it was a good experience for me to be working with Dom and as well as with my peers because they taught me how to take care of time management and also how to work in groups and how to make the right measurements so you won't have to do it again. And I'm really glad that I got to do this service learning with the Discovery Center.